Hello, everybody. We have today the pleasure of having Nuño López from Coches.com. He's one of our sugar customers in Spain, and today they are going to explain a little about the work that they have been doing with sugar and their plans and the background of the company. So, welcome, Nuño. Can you please introduce yourself and tell us what is your role in the company?
Thank you, Mario. And well, my role in the company, I'm the CPO. I am the responsible for all the product that is made in Coches.com, and also I'm responsible for part of the marketing we are just developing. I've been here for the last 13 years, and I'm one of the founders of the project Coches.com, because the matrix of the company is older than this.
Thank you. Can you tell us a little more details about what are you doing in your company? What is Coches.com? Who are your customers? How are you organized internally?
Well, we were beginning to be or aiming to be a classified company. So we have ads, and the dealers and the users can just upload their ads, so they can sell their cars in our site. The difference between the other competitors in the market is that we are leading the new car section. Mostly all the people, or 30% of the people in Spain who is buying a new car in Spain normally, just begins in Coches.com to do it. Not to confuse with Coches.net, that is aiming at classified used car market. That is also a competitor, but they are leading in used cars. We are leading new cars and also in renting. And right now we are just playing in the same ground as our competitors, and we are going to also play with used cars in the marketplace. And we also have some tools and some services just to try to provide to all the value chain that we are providing to the user from the scratch. For example, they are searching information until they are paying, so they can pay and they can do all the paperwork to just change the ownership of the car. They can do everything in Coches.com. So we have the biggest offer in Spain of different services, and also of offers of new cars, pay-per-use, and used cars, almost used cars, whatever. You have it in Coches.com.
And in this context, why did you need a CRM? How was this process of deciding that you wanted to start using a CRM, and why did you choose Sugar?
Well, we have different options on the table, and I think that we have a really core needness. It was we need to develop a strategy to connect better our users and our clients, and all this chain of value, all this circle, everything that goes from searching for information to finally pay the car. There's a lot of communications, and there's a lot of things you can do for the users and for the clients, and we need to manage this. There's a lot of triggers, and there's a lot of communications you have to do in between. So we were searching for different options and trying to search for the best one. We decided, for example, versus Salesforce was the two main options we had in mind. We finally took SugarCRM because it was an option that let us test and sometimes change more things than Salesforce, that it was more in the box. We have a lot of things to connect to our CRM, and right now it's more than a CRM, because Sugar for us is more than this. We connect all the software for the call center, and we connect all the triggers and all a system that we have also for marketing automation, together with things that Sugar has. Everything connecting. It was easier to do with Sugar than doing with all other competitors some years ago.
And can you tell us an example of something that you are now able to do with Sugar that you were not able to do in the past?
Where before having a system like this, you have a lot of flows, and you have really complex flows, and you can know perfectly when to impact a user or a client, and when just to put a trigger and just let, for example, someone in a call center or the sales team act. So this is really important when you have a really, really, really big chain of value where you can just get into, and a lot of different points that you have to just go from one to another. So when we begin to use SugarCRM, everything began to fit better instead of having other tools all disaggregated. It was really difficult just to realize if everything were going okay, if the user it was not impacted too much or too less. So with Sugar, we could do this. We could just upgrade our relationship with the client and with the user.
Thank you. Thank you. Very interesting. And I know that you recently upgraded to SugarCell and decided to migrate to SugarCloud. Why did you decide to do that? And what kind of changes have you seen since you migrated to cloud?
Well, like everyone, I need to live better, and I don't want problems. So going to the cloud, it was the best way just to solve some problems. We don't have to be in charge of the infrastructure, and we don't have to fix anything. We don't have to update. We don't have to upgrade anything. So during the cloud, it's other business. So for us, we can just focus in the things that for us are really important. But not the technology, it's the service. So this was the main point, just to migrate from our own data center to SugarCloud. And now also it's faster. So what else can we ask more?
No, that's really interesting. Thank you. And you are working with a local partner, Opentix. Can you tell us a little about how is your relationship with them, and why it's important to have a local partner supporting your needs?
Well, my fellow Pepe Olmedo, who is the product manager of all the area, is the one normally who is leading with this. But if I can just make a resume really quick, I will tell you that for us it's better to have a partner that can just help us developing the services. It's not only about developing the code, that of course we don't need here people just to have in mind and to have a focus in just one technology, that it could be, for example, sugar or whatever, any other. So for this is very important. Apart from this, also they are helping us and they are just trying to give solutions to our problems. So they know the infrastructure of sugar. They know some solutions that could fit sugar. And just having all this is really important because it just makes you earn more money, because you don't spend on things you don't need, or you don't spend in failures you don't want to develop. So having a partner sometimes is really important for this, that you have this outsource. And we are a company that normally has everything in-house. So we were really sure that the best solution for a thing like this, for example, to manage sugar, is having a partner like Opentix and let them show us the best way just to improve our service and to connect everything.
Thank you, Nuño. And we know that you are, as a company, growing a lot, expanding a lot. You have very aggressive plans. What is the role of sugar in the future of your company?
Well, it's part of the ecosystem. We have 5 parts very important in our ecosystem. Sugar is one of them. Everything has to fit everything together. Everything has to be connected, because more now than in the past, you need all the information to be used in your favor, in the favor of the user, in the favor of the client. And sugar is part of all this ecosystem. We have our own platform. We have also all the services. We have the part of security. We have the part of the call center. We have the part of the CRM. We have all the parts that are for financial, for data. Everything has to fit together. And Sugar is one of these parts. That is the relationship with mostly the user and the client. And it's very important.
Thank you very much, Nuño. We really appreciate your help and for being a Sugar customer. We hope to be able to continue strengthening this collaboration for many years. And if you need anything from us, you know where to find us. Thank you very much.